Right, will I know. Namaste everyone, welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, to learn and practice the Hindi language. For those of you who are completely new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University, one word, where you can find all the like 600 or so videos that we have prepared over the 15 or so years. Um, and the videos are divided into different sort of lists, right, from beginners to advanced. And if you're interested in joining the live classes that we have every Sunday, you can get all the details on our page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. It's also one word, and I highly recommend you kind of bookmark this page, so that way you can get all the details about the link to join the Sunday classes, also the regular practice sessions that we have. Also, like the community, like you can interact with the Hindi University community by going to our Discord channel, where you will see different themes. Um, the themes are based on books that we've been following in the practice sessions, as well as like different time zones as well. Like we have Pingulans in the Asia Pacific, so if you're located in a particular time zone, you can really choose the practice session based on your availability and your level. Okay, with that being said, as this year we've been following a blended curriculum, which is basically including the beginners as well as the intermediate plus levels together, and we're following primarily two books along with supplemental materials from more books. So we are following Pingulans Hindi as well as elementary Hindi by Professor Richard Delacy, who's a professor at the Harvard University. um, so from Richard Delacy's book, we've covered about 12 chapters. And in this class, we'll be starting a new chapter from Richard Delacy's book, which is chapter number 13. Okay, he covers multiple things from this chapter. My goal for this class is to make sure all of you are comfortable using this adjective called laayak. Okay, it's basically la with a, and then ya and ka, laayak. So by the end of this class, you'll be able to use some good use cases of this adjective. Okay, some of you are already familiar with it, some of you will be learning it for the first time. But like by just itself, it's basically means able and worthy. Okay, so if someone is worthy of something, you can use this adjective called laayak. Okay, the other one to use for laayak is, which is the synonym of it, is yogya. Okay, yogya. So it's going to be yogya. Ya with o, half ga, ear, yogya. Okay, and the third one that you will hear is kabil. Kabil, I believe it's Urdu, but it's pretty much used pretty commonly in the Hindi language as well. Kabil. Okay, so it's ka with a, ba with small e, la, kabil. Okay, so if it is not used with any sort of verbs, etc., these three are very commonly used when you want to give the notion of somebody is able, somebody is worthy, so yeah, like for example, John एक योग्य स्टूडेंट है. Okay, or John इसके लायक है, it's able to do this thing. Okay, and then John काबिल है. Okay, but here we are just using the adjective as it is, like without the verb. Okay, so typically even in English you want to say it's worthy of something, like worthy of something. Okay, you want to use it along with a verb. Okay, so or worthy, or you want to say something like it's worth, like you want to say that this book is worth reading. Okay, or this place is worth visiting or traveling. Okay, or it's worth learning. Okay, worth learning. Typically you want to use it along with, you know, a verb, and you will see in English all of them are pretty much ending with the ing form of the verb. Okay, so how do you make sentences where you want to have a conversation, but you also want to highlight, like, you know, like, the articles, like, 10 things worth doing when you go to, let's say, Guatemala City. Okay, or something where you're like, the water there is not worth drinking because it's, you have to be careful. And pretty much you will come across many such articles. Okay, so one thing you need to know is, while you have learned this adjective laayak, which is good, like yogi and kabil, you also see that there are verbs that are being used. So this lecture really requires you to have some understanding of the verbs. Without that will be hard. Like, so as long as you all know, your vocabulary or your understanding of the verbs is good, you will be able to make such sentences. Okay, so how do you do that? Like, so let's start with one of the verb. Okay, you want to say something like, this book is worth reading. Okay, worth reading. Let's see, Aneska ji, how do you say to read? To read in Hindi is
Likna or
okay.
I'm sorry, padna.
Very good.
I'm not quite in my body yet.
It's not
Padna.
okay. Right. So to read is padhna. Very good. Right. As you can tell that this is the infinitive form of the verb ending with na. Okay. So it's nothing but, like, what you'll try to do is like padhna along with laayak. Okay. Padhna and then laayak. When you do that, what happens is you change this thing into the oblique form. Okay, and what is the oblique form of padhna? It will become
Padne.
very good. So it's padhne laayak.
Okay.
Okay, padhne laayak. You can also say padhne yogya. Okay, padhne yogya. Same thing. You still have this oblique form of the verb, infinitive form of the verb, and you will say padhne yogya. Okay. The only thing is kabil. When you use kabil, you will use a post position k, and you will say padhne के काबिल, पढ़ने के काबिल. Okay, rest of it पढ़ने लायक, पढ़ने योग्य और पढ़ने के काबिल. Okay, so that's the thing you have to remember, to use the post position if you're using the verb. Okay, so let's say you want
May I ask, is the ke in layak in yogya implied almost, and with kabil it isn't?
that is
It's like, is one of those ghost post positions that we all love so much?
that is correct. Like, so here it's there, you don't see it, but it's पढ़ने के लायक.
Yeah.
Okay, पढ़ने के योग्य. So even if you don't use it, it's there. But here you just say पढ़ने काबिल,
Have to use.
there's something missing. So that's why you have to explicitly say K. Okay, awesome. So this is good. So far you guys understand the basic structure. Let's say, you want to say this is worth reading. This book is worth reading. This book, I'm going to write it down. This book is worth reading. How do you say that, Aneska ji? You already know this book.
Yeah.
You also know.
So in this case, you wouldn't say yah, you would say is kitab.
Okay.
Would you say that? Is kitab
Try
padhne
it out.
layak?
Okay. So
Or would you say yah kitab?
I don't see a post position that should make
That
yeh.
it would, so you would just use yah kitab
Yeah.
padhne layak hai.
Amazing. Okay. यह किताब और यह book. यह किताब पढ़ने लायक है. Okay. So there is no post position. Okay. That's
Right.
why you just have yeh as it is. So this, as you know, is yeh in Hindi. Book is kitab. Is the to be form of the verb. That's why you have it hai at the end. And then worth reading is padhne laayak. Worth is laayak in this case. Read is padhna. For because it is used with worth, it's you are using padhna into the oblique form. Okay, and oblique form is nothing but in Hindi, the form of the verb is changing from padhna to padhne. Just like ladka becomes ladke, when you say, when you have a postposition after that, like ladke ke paas phone hai. Okay, even though by independently ladka is singular, ladke is plural, but when you use ladka plus after that ke paas, you say ladke ke paas phone hai. Still one boy who has a phone. Okay, so far so good. So this is the again just the oblique form of the verb change into the used with the laayak. Okay, to give a sense of worth something. Okay, now I want to use more and more sentences. Okay, so let's say you have something like somebody cooked the food. Okay, or let's say I myself cooked the food, and I tasted it and I was like, oh my god, what the heck I did, right? So and then I don't want to serve you guys, and you're like, why are you not doing that? And how will I say? I'll say it's not worth eating. Okay, so how will I say that, Delacy? That I don't want to serve you this food because I have to make it again. This is not ready to be served.
यह खाना
यह खाना
खाने लायक नहीं है.
ब्यूटीफुल. यह खाना खाने लायक नहीं है. Amazing, right? So यह खाना, as you can all see, this food. Okay, so यह खाना is this food, खाने लायक, worth eating, right? So verb is still खाना, which, as you can tell, that Delacy removed the na, and instead of that she used the oblique form khane. Okay, so earlier the sentence was affirmative sentence, which is like यह किताब पढ़ने लायक है. Now it's a negative sentence where she's saying यह खाना खाने लायक नहीं है. Okay, or I could say यह खाना बहुत मसालेदार है. It's very spicy for you guys, so I have to either make it again or I have to somehow tone it down, so for the palate of everyone, right? So यह खाना खाने लायक नहीं है. Okay, so I read a news article. Okay, and I read like a couple of if you just search for laayak, you will get a bunch of articles. Okay, just to kind of give you an idea, but I'm going to write it down and I'm going to ask some of you to really dissect it and tell me what is going on. Okay, because that way you will be able to, when you come across these articles, you would know what's going on there. Okay? So if the article as it says, it says पीने लायक. Okay, पीने लायक नहीं. Okay, पीने लायक नहीं देहरादून का पानी. ओके, पीने लायक नहीं देहरादून का पानी. That's the article, and then there will be a huge thing out of 2-3 paragraphs after that. Okay, Sheilaji, what do you think if they're saying what the article may be talking about?
They're telling you the water from Dehradun is not worth drinking.
Very good. And Dehradun in this case, it's a
Must be a place.
yes, very good. It's a place, a tourist place. It's a very famous tourist place in India. So पीने लायक नहीं देहरादून का पानी. So the water of or from Dehradun, okay, it's not worth drinking. Basically, it's not of good quality. Okay, and perhaps this article talks about there may be some leak or something, which is why the water is getting polluted, and it's not it's impure right now. Okay, and then the article may be talking about like what you and I can do to protect ourselves. Okay, any questions on this one? Anyone? पीने लायक नहीं. As you can tell, when we make sentences, we make like a particular structure is following. Okay, uh, if I were to write it again, like as a normal, like I would say देहरादून का पानी पीने लायक नहीं है. Okay, but as you know, Hindi is a little bit agile in that sense. So when you're writing news articles or when you are saying a movie dialogue, you just change it all together and you just make it on your own, right? So you don't have to worry about that. You would not do that something like this in English and maybe many other languages, right? You would not put like everything, the order will not change it so substantially in other languages. But I hope you understand the point. But any questions, anyone? I'll take a pause here. Right, awesome. So looks like so far so good. So I'm going to write the next one. Again, it's a news article. Maybe this article is also written by the same guy because here also he's going to follow the same pattern. Okay, so it says this time, पीने लायक. So far it says like we're talking about the present tense. Okay, but understand that the sentence can change, right? So it says पीने लायक होगा समंदर का पानी. पीने लायक होगा समंदर का पानी. Okay, read it again, read it 2-3 times. If you don't understand the word, you know how to use the Hindi formula, right? To ask for the meaning of something. Okay, there's only one new word, which is like samandar in this case. पीने लायक होगा समंदर का पानी. Vatsala ji, how are you doing? Can you hear me okay? No worries. Uni, how are you doing, Uni?
Yeah, I'm good.
What do you think this
tapi
what is
समंदर क्या मतलब है?
समंदर का मतलब ocean.
Oh,
Ocean.
okay.
So what do you think this article
Ah,
is talking about?
so
What is
the
समंदर का पानी?
ocean water, sea,
Yeah,
ocean water, which is worth drinking.
Okay. What is hoga here?
Will be,
Will be, right?
probably be
Yeah, will be. Okay. And then पीने लायक would be
worth drinking.
very good, right? So what do you think this article may be talking about?
Maybe this sea water is good for something, good for drinking, good, good for human, good.
Okay, almost. Let's see. Anybody else would like to try?
Is it just the
Talking
sea
about
water will be
examining.
drinkable?
Yes, Rita ji, try one more time.
Is it just like the ocean, the water from the ocean will be drinkable?
Will be drinkable. Very good, right? So they're not saying you should consume it right now. They're saying it will be drinkable sometimes in the near future. Okay. So the article potentially may be talking about some sort of a research or some sort of a project which is going on that will somehow take the seawater or ocean water from the ocean, apply some technique and make it like drinkable. Okay, I've not read the article, but like you can infer just based on the title, right? That like the water will be, you'll be able to consume the water once whatever they're going to talk about will be done. Okay.
So, Ashu ji, then we could probably say, भविष्य में पीने लायक होगा समंदर का पानी.
That's right. भविष्य में, so what she's saying is like in the future, right? So भविष्य में, so in the future. So in the future, as you know, is bhavishya. Okay. भविष्य में पीने लायक होगा समुद्र का पानी. Very right. So in the future, the water will be it will be drinkable. The ocean water will be drinkable. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Any questions so far? Anyone is finding it hard? Be honest. We're just getting started, so this is the good place to still say that no, I'm not getting it.
Ashuji, I have a quick question.
Yes, please.
In English, I guess there's a difference between drinkable and worth drinking. One is kind of like a recommendation, and the other one is saying that it's not, able to be consumed. Does
Yes.
life kind of encapsulate both of those? And it's based on context?
It's a very good observation. Laayak will encapsulates both of them. So you have to really see the context in which the speaker is saying it, right? It has both. It's drinkable. पीने योग्य पानी है. Okay, so it covers both of them. Even the sentences you will see the variety. You will see recommendations as well as able. And you can, if you remember, when we were talking about the definition of it, laayak is capable, able, and worthy. It has all three. Yeah, very good. Anyone else? Okay, let's do some more. Okay. So while I'm doing it, my ask from all of you is think about all the verbs you are familiar with. Okay. Think about all the infinitive form of the verbs, change it to the oblique case, and try applying laayak after that, and see what you get out of it, and try to see how you will use it in a sentence, in a very basic sentence. Okay, let's say you watch a movie, okay, and you can tell whether it is worth watching as a recommendation or it was not watchable at all. Okay, so let's say it's to watch is, who would like to work on this? To watch. JDG, you there?
Anji,
Okay. To watch is
Dekna,
dekhna. Okay, and you want to say it's worth watching or watchable. What would be?
Dekne, Laayak,
Dekhne layak. Can you make a simple sentence out of it? Dekhne layak.
Yaha film Dekne Laayak. Hey,
Very good. यह फिल्म देखने लायक है. Okay, यह फिल्म देखने लायक है. Amazing. I will write a news article for you, and you have to tell me what it says. So I'm going to change it. It says Swatantrata Divas, which is nothing but Independence Day. Independence Day, Swatantrata Divas पर स्वतंत्रता दिवस पर देखने लायक, इंडिपेंडेंस डे पर देखने लायक 8 फिल्में. ओके, इंडिपेंडेंस डे पर देखने लायक 8 फिल्में. That's what the article says. JDG, what do you think this may be talking about?
on Independence Day, it was worth watching 8 films.
So here they're giving a recommendation that the Akhil Ji that he was talking about in this article, it says 8 films that are worth watching. Which, you know how you say
Oh, 8 films are worth watching on Independence Day.
10 movies you should watch on this day. How
Yes.
this article also says 10 movies you should, 5 things you should do when you go to West
Right.
Virginia. So here
Anji,
it's a recommendation here and versus worth watching. So it covers both the scenario that Akhil Ji was describing, right? 10 things you should do on this weekend, right? So those are the things that it will cover. So Independence Day पर देखने लायक 8 फिल्में. फिल्में is nothing but film, English word, but used in Hindi and plural, filme. Any questions so far? Anyone? Right. I'm going to give some time to all of you because, and I want to see how, before I move to the next example, let's take a small pause here. I want all of you to take a few minutes, write one sentence. So think about any word that's coming to your mind. Okay, change into the oblique case, put like after that. Okay, and then make a small sentence. And either if you're watching it on Facebook, write it there on the Facebook, or if you're doing it here on live on Zoom, you can use the Zoom chat. Okay, but I want to see your example. Okay, and in case if somebody is unavailable, it's totally okay. I can see some of you on the audio, or so it's totally okay. I'm not gonna put you on the spot. All right, so take your time, think about one simple example and write it down. Okay, very good. Awesome. Keep doing it. Simple sentence is good, okay? Don't worry about writing huge, big sentence. Simple is better. Okay, very good. Okay, let's see. Vatsalaji, you want to share your sentence?
Yes, so I said Rafi ka har gana sunne layak hai.
What does it mean?
So Rafi is the singer, and I'm saying every one of his songs are worth listening to.
Amazing. Okay, Rishaji, what are you saying?
शाहरुख खान का मूवीज देखने लायक है.
Shahrukh Khan ke movies dekhne layak hai. Okay, Shahrukh Khan, as you all know, is a famous actor, and so she's saying his movies are worth watching. Okay, and awesome. Aneska ji, you want to say your sentence?
मेरी गाड़ी चलने लायक है. My car is drivable.
So one more time to the
Oh,
chalna
is it chalane? Oh, I always mix those two up.
right. So now you
Meri
remember.
gari. Yeah, my car is drivable today. Aj.
So मेरी गाड़ी चलाने लायक है.
Chalane layak.
मेरी
Thank you
गाड़ी,
for that.
yeah, of course, मेरी गाड़ी चलाने लायक है. चलना is to walk, chalana is to drive. Okay, so when she's saying my car, is drivable. Okay, for example, if somebody is asking for my car and it's really not in a good condition, okay, my response would be, what do you think my response would be, Donna ji?
मेरी गाड़ी चलाने लायक नहीं है.
मेरी गाड़ी चलाने लायक नहीं है. Like, I would love to help you. मैं आपकी मदद जरूर करूंगा, but मेरी गाड़ी चलाने लायक नहीं है. Okay, it's not in a good condition, it's not drivable. Okay. Sharon ji, you want to share your sentence? Okay, unmute yourself, Sharon.
Not me. I wasn't sure if you called me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sentence was Angelique Kidjo, concert में देखने लायक है.
Okay, you will not put may like the post position may. You just say like the Angeli or the name of the person. Concert देखने लायक है. It's worth watching. Okay, amazing. Rita ji.
I just said वहाँ दुकान जाने लायक नहीं है. That shop is not worth going to.
Amazing. Okay, and then Sheila ji.
I had Margaret Atwood take it up and Parne layak hai.
Okay, very good. Right, ये किताब में पढ़ने लायक है. Okay, and Akhil ji.
क्या जगह का plural जगह है?
Say one more time.
क्या जगह का plural जगह है?
That's right. जगह का plural जगह हैं. Yeah.
तो मेरे सेंटेंस था इंडिया में कौन सी जगह है देखने लायक है?
Beautiful, right? So you can see he wrote India में कौन सी जगह हैं, like which places, and घूमने लायक, worth traveling, worth visiting. Okay, so you can use this adjective along with the verbs in your day-to-day conversations, especially when you are talking to a new person, when they're saying like I'm from here and you're saying I'm from here, and let's say you're saying I'm going to be there in your country or your city in 6 months. You can say like आपकी कंट्री में कौन सी जगह है, like और कौन से places देखने लायक हैं. Okay, and it's a fair question to ask them, and they will be like, yeah, यहाँ पे ये देखने लायक है, ये देखने लायक है, and they'll keep telling you about the places you should visit. Okay, amazing. And Tisila ji, you want to share your sentence as well?
जी, सोडा पीने लायक नहीं है.
Okay, soda पीने लायक नहीं है. Amazing. Okay, awesome. Any question? Any question so far, anyone? Okay, I'm gonna just like Akhil ji mentioned the Guna like again one news article. I'm gonna write it down, and all of you have to read it and try to dissect it. It's a little bit longer, but you'll be able to really see what's going on. Okay, so it says Siliguri. Siliguri is a place in West Bengal in India. Siliguri में घूमने लायक 15 जगहें, it's a nasalized sound, जगहें और करने लायक चीजें. How do I write it? चीजें. Okay, so it's like this. I'm going to write it in Devanagari. It's ch with e, j with a, and then cheezeं. So read it a few times. It will make sense to you. Okay. सिलीगुड़ी में घूमने लायक 15 जगहें और करने लायक चीजें. Okay. So if it is hard, try to dissect it. You can see that there is a or is here, which is and. Okay, which is and. So you can tell that this sentence is talking about more than just one thing. So first do this one, then do this one, and then combine them together. Okay, let's see. I want to pick someone who's not done anything before, not to just put them on the spot, but just to really help them dissect this thing. Okay, let's see who would like to help me here. Janvi ji, are you comfortable working with me on this one? It's a big sentence. I don't expect. Yeah, all right, let's do it. What is May? Are you familiar with this?
May is in Siliguri.
Very good. In Siliguri. Okay. Okay. घूमने लायक.
घूमने मुझे पता नहीं.
Okay. So घूमना is to. Who would like to help? Janvi ji, what is घूमना?
To travel to or to roam in.
Yes, very good. To travel, to roam, or to visit. Okay. Now try it. So घूमना.
Tour.
Okay. To what? To explore.
To tour. T-O-U-R.
Very good. Okay.
Yes. So is what to travel in Siliguri.
Yeah, 15 places worth.
Okay.
Right. Jagah is place. Jagah, just if it is jagah, it's place. If it is jagah, that's places. Okay, so essentially 15 places one must travel in, or one can travel in Siliguri. Okay, keep going. Janvi ji.
And
करने लायक, I
करने चीजें ना सुनो. करने is what to do. To करना. What to do.
So karna is to do. Okay, karna is to do.
Hmm.
And things to do. It's like, the same articles you will see here, like things to do in Washington, D.C. on this weekend. So karne layak is worth doing, or, and then cheezein is things.
Things. Perfect.
Okay. So what is the entire article saying now?
So 15 places worth to visit in Siliguri and things to do, worth to do there.
Very good. Amazing, right? So great. Any questions, anyone? Was looking hard, but hopefully was not, when you were doing it, it was not that hard. Yeah?
So
Right.
would the sentence be more like 15 places to visit and things to do?
That's correct.
As opposed to,
That's right. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, so they're talking about, like, places you can visit and things you can do. You can keep on going, and the food you can eat and you cannot eat, right? So it's up to, basically, it's like if I were to ask you to write an essay on your city, you can just use laayak throughout the essay, and if you know the words, you can just make a thing out of it, basically, right? And you can make it amazing, right? And by the end of this essay, I would know what to do, what not to do, what to see, what not to see in your city. Right? So that way it can be very powerful, this this adjective. Yeah. um, I think, now let's see some other slightly nuanced use cases of of laayak. Okay, so bolne layak. Okay, bolne layak. Bolna, as you know, is to speak. What do you think bolne layak would mean? Okay, someone who's not done it so far. Huh? Scott G, it's hard. Let's try it out. Bolna is to speak. Bolne layak.
Worth saying.
Yeah. Okay. Worth speaking. Where do you think you will use it?
Well, I mean, I'm just guessing, possibly when someone is being stubborn and it's just not worth saying anything to them.
Yeah, that's right. Right. So it's like somebody is, like, a very negative person, and then they always criticize, and even though you want to help, you want to talk, and you're like, ये लड़का बोलने लायक नहीं. I don't want to waste my time talking to them. बोलने लायक नहीं है. Okay. So it's an interesting use case. You can do that, right? Something that you don't want to share. Let's say there is something, an incident happened, and if somebody is asking you, tell me more details. Okay. To tell is just like bolna, to speak. To tell is
I don't remember.
okay. Anyone?
Batana.
Very good. Batana. Batana. Ba, the with a and na. Batana. So Scott, it will be
Batane layak.
batane layak. Okay. So you can say यह बात, या पूछो मत, यह बात. Baat is the conversation or topic. Okay, you will say यह बात बताने लायक नहीं है. Like, this is not something I can share with you. I cannot tell you. It's something like, so you can say that यह बात बताने लायक नहीं है. Okay. Or if something is worth sharing to or worth telling to many people, oh, ये तो बहुत बताने लायक बात है. Okay, तुमने पहले क्यों नहीं बताया? Why didn't you tell me before? Okay. So यह बात बताने लायक है और बताने लायक नहीं है. Okay. I'll keep making more progress. The idea is so that I try it multiple times. You watch me, you get used to it, and you get more comfortable. Okay. But any point you stop me, and then we can take the verbs that you are thinking. Okay. So the next one I have, I think you already mentioned about chalane layak, which is like the car is not in the good condition or driving condition. So meri gaadi चलाने लायक नहीं है. Okay, so again, this is a news article. It says, okay, this is a hard one. We have not done this word. Imagine this. In the 15 or 16 years, we've not done this word. It says, I'm going to write it in Devanagari first, so that way, it says, so first I'll write it in Devanagari just so that people who can read it, they can read it and tell us what does it say. So it's, hopefully you can read my handwriting. Sheila ji, what do you think it's, can you read it?
Just about, I think. That's John. Is that a mane? Ajamane?
Yes, it's okay. So try one more time. Aaj mane.
Ajmane. I'm not reading your writing on the other one. Leah. I can't. Yeah, and I don't know what the last letter is.
It's a ka.
It's
Leah.
a K. Sorry, sorry, Ashutosh.
So
You should see my writing.
So what is it?
Ajmane Laayak.
Laayak. Okay, so I'm going to,
Sorry.
so it says Aaj mane laayak. But what do you guys think it means? Anyone can. What do you think it means?
Aj is today.
Worth trying.
Mane.
Who said that? Is it Rita ji?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so it's saying worth trying. What is the word here?
Ajmane is trying.
If you know this one, ajmane, you know this is the oblique form of the infinitive form of the verb. What do you think is the verb? What is the verb, Shilaji?
Manana.
Very good.
Ajmana.
Very good. Ajmana. And ajmana is to try. Very good. To try. Okay. It's not so commonly used, but it's to try something. Okay. To try in terms of attempting it, tasting it. Okay. So
Or is that different than koshish?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
or are they interchangeable?
Yes. So no, they're not interchangeable. Azmana is like you're giving it a chance to something.
Okay.
Like so
So I thought-
azmana.
Okay.
Right. Right. So it's
I remember a long time ago, Ashutosh, when I was trying to say something in my very early days about trying to get the taste right in a dish in cooking. And it was this, I think you came back to this.
This one?
I think so.
Okay,
Yes,
really.
I remember that too. Yes, that's right, Sheila. Yeah.
More than me then. Azmana. So azmane layak, right? So it's worth trying, worth attempting. Okay, azmana. Okay. Azmana. Okay. Azmane layak. Okay. Azmane layak hai. Okay. So you will not really come across it that often, but I just thought I'll write it down so that you have something similar to that. Let's say we'll do some more and then we'll jump to our paragraph writing, which is the Hindi Devanagari writing. The next one is sochne layak.
We're thinking.
Sochne layak.
We're thinking.
Yeah, Tahira ji, you want to try this one out? So to unmute yourself. And if it is hard, I'll help you out. You there, Tahira ji? Okay, Tom? Unmute yourself.
Namaste, Ashuji. Sochna to think, sochne layak, worth thinking about.
Yeah, to think is sochna. Like, so let's say there is an important thing is going on and people are doing random things and then they're not even putting their brain. You're like, sochne layak baat hai, but like people are not just like, listening to it or thinking about it, right? So sochne wali baat hai, sochne layak baat hai. Okay. Okay, I'll do last one and then after that we'll do the reading. Okay, this is a longer one. Maybe this will cover everything. this one says, okay, so actually, okay, so it says, वह आदमी, okay, वह आदमी भरोसा करने लायक नहीं है. Okay, so this is the first one. वह आदमी भरोसा करने लायक नहीं है. And then the next one it says, वह यह, okay, this is a longer one, okay, this is a hard one. यह रिश्वत is bribe, रिश्वतखोर is someone who takes bribe. Okay, रिश्वतखोर, यह रिश्वतखोर इंस्पेक्टर. Inspector in India is basically used for the police officers, right? यह रिश्वतखोर पुलिस ऑफिसर माफ करने लायक नहीं है. Hopefully by doing these two you are pretty comfortable. Okay, वह आदमी भरोसा करने लायक नहीं है और यह रिश्वतखोर इंस्पेक्टर माफ करने लायक नहीं है. Okay, someone raise your hand who has not done it at all. Okay, Sharmila ji, how are you doing?
मैं ठीक हूँ आशुष जी.
That's the first one. वह आदमी भरोसा करने लायक नहीं है.
So that man is not worthy of trust.
Very good. What is bharosa? Bharosa is
भरोसा करना is the trust.
bharosa is trust. Bharosa करना
Is
have
to
a-
trust.
No.
Yes.
You mentioned upper one?
Say one more time.
Someone asked a question. Ashush ji, it wasn't me.
Okay, what is the question?
पता नहीं.
Okay, so it's basically trustworthy. So if someone is not trustworthy, वह आदमी भरोसा करने लायक नहीं है. That man or वह आदमी, that man is not trustworthy. Okay, भरोसा करना is to have a trust on someone, and करने लायक is trustworthy. Okay, anything else you want to share, Sharmila ji, or this is good?
ये ठीक है.
Awesome. Okay, who would do the next one? Barbara ji. यह रिश्वतखोर इंस्पेक्टर
माफ करने लायक नहीं है. That bright inspector is a bright taking see. Allora, is forgivable.
माफ करने लायक नहीं है.
Is not forgivable.
That's right.
Not forgivable. Okay.
That's right. So that bribe taking inspector is not
Forgivable.
forgivable, right? So you would not want to forgive that person because they're taking bribe. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
This is that, right? So rishwatkhor. Okay.
Ashush ji, wouldn't we say he's not worthy of forgiveness? माफ करने लायक नहीं है.
So yeah. So that's what she said as well, right? You would not want to. Yeah, that's what she said. You would not want to forgive them.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Awesome. Any questions so far? Not worth forgiving. I can write it down. Any questions so far? Anyone? Okay. Awesome. So hopefully this was useful. This topic. Richard Delacy, he covers only some sentences, but I think we made like the entire thing out of it. We also looked at many news articles just to kind of elaborate further into it. So I hope at least the grammar part was very useful for you guys. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll switch the gears, and we want to do a reading. So we'll not do multiple iteration of it. I'm going to share my screen. I'll need some volunteers so we can at least see the usage of it. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. I'm going to try to make it bigger. Who would like to read it? Raise your hand. And for folks who cannot read Devanagari, don't worry. Right now, your focus is listening. So in case if you cannot read it, let's see if I can. Okay, Sharmila ji, you are Kavita. We want Deepak. Okay, Vatsala ji, why don't you take Deepak? Okay, so read it slowly and loudly.
कविता, मुझे बताओ कि तुम्हारे
Give me one
ख्याल
second. I'm
में
making it bigger. Sorry.
Can I make it? You want me to make it bigger, or you can read it?
I can read it. So can I
Okay.
start?
Yes, you start. So Deepak is, I think, Vatsala ji, and
Acha.
Sharmila, you are Kavita. Okay. All right, let's do it.
कविता, मुझे बताओ कि तुम्हारे ख्याल में दिल्ली में क्या क्या देखने लायक है?
दीपक, तुम जानते हो कि दिल्ली में बहुत सारी चीजें देखने लायक है।
हाँ, लेकिन आज मैं एक पुराने दोस्त को कुछ दिखाना चाहता हूँ।
तुम्हारा दोस्त कहाँ का रहने वाला है?
वह इलाहाबाद का रहने वाला है। वह पहले कभी दिल्ली नहीं आया।
तुम्हारा दोस्त अभी कहाँ है?
वह घर पर है। वह आराम करना चाहता है।
अच्छा, तो दिल्ली में इंडिया
सॉरी, वह आराम करना चाहता था।
हाँ, अच्छा, तो दिल्ली में इंडिया गेट देखने लायक है, कुतुब मीनार देखने लायक है और लाल किला देखने लायक है। और हाँ, बंगाली मार्केट में अपने दोस्त को खाना जरूर खिलाना।
ठीक है, तुम भी आओ खाने के लिए। आज शाम को 6 बजे मेरे घर आना।
आज मेरा आना मुश्किल है। शाम को अपने दोस्त के साथ मेरे घर आना, हमारे साथ खाना खाना।
Amazing. Amazing. You guys read like real native speakers with the same pace. So let's do one more reading. And then, as you can tell, there was use of laayak with the oblique form of the infinitive verb देखने लायक, and there was used multiple times. So दिल्ली में क्या क्या देखने लायक है, बहुत सारी चीजें देखने लायक है. And then the guy responds, India Gate देखने लायक है, कुतुब मीनार देखने लायक है, लाल किला. So as far as that is concerned, they did a pretty good use of like here. So let's do one more reading. Who would like to do this time? Raise your hand. Okay, so Akhilji. So Akhilji, you are Deepak, and let's do Kavita. Who would do Kavita part? You can read Devanagari, right?
Yes, yes. I will try. कोशिश करूंगी.
Okay, amazing. कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती. So you are Kavita. Okay, let's do it.
मैं थोड़ा आहिस्ता पढ़ूंगा.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'm here.
कविता, मुझे बताओ कि तुम्हारे ख्याल में दिल्ली में क्या क्या देखने लायक है?
दीपक, तुम जानते हो कि दिल्ली में बहुत सारी चीजें देखने लायक है।
हाँ, लेकिन आज मैं एक पुराने दोस्त को कुछ दिखाना चाहता हूँ।
तुम्हारा दोस्त कहाँ का रहने वाला है?
वह इलाहाबाद का रहने वाला है। वह पहले कभी दिल्ली नहीं आया।
तुम्हारा दोस्त अभी कहाँ है?
वह घर पर है। वह आराम करना चाहता था।
अच्छा, तो दिल्ली में दिल्ली में
इंडिया गेट
इंडिया गेट देखने लायक है। कुतुब मीनार देखने लायक है और लाल किला देखने लायक है। और हाँ, बंगाली भात में अपने दोस्त को खाना जरूर खिलाना।
ठीक है। तुम भी आओ खाने खाने के लिए। आज शाम को 6 बजे मेरे घर आना।
आज मेरा आना मुश्किल है। शाम को अपने दोस्तों के साथ मेरे घर आना। हमारे साथ खाना खाना।
Amazing. Okay. So it might be hard, as in, like, sometime when you read, it's hard to process the same thing, especially when you are learning a new language. And if that is happening, don't worry, like, read it one more time, because that way you can, process also. Right? And that's a natural feeling. So don't feel that, why you're not, when you're reading it, why you're not able to comprehend it, right? That's the next level will be gradually building, right? Any questions, anyone so far? Like, the idea for people who cannot read Devanagari was just to listen in and at least spot the words where laayak is being used. And in this entire paragraph, it was mostly dekhne laayak, right? So the both are talking about things that are worth seeing in New Delhi, okay, or Delhi. Okay. Any questions?
I have a question, Ashu. The fifth word in the first line that means opinion. How do you pronounce that in
Mere
Devanagari?
khayal mein, this one,
Yeah.
Yes.
in my view, in my view or in my opinion,
How
khayal.
do you? Sorry, say it again.
So it's khayal, khayal, but it's written as khyal, half khayal, which is correct as well. I would normally say kha as in full kha, khayal, mere khayal mein.
Can you bring the whiteboard up?
Yeah.
Bigger?
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. Can you see it now? Khayal,
Oh, longer.
khayal. And the way they've written half kha with ya, a, and la, khayal. So if you want to say it again one more time, say with me, kha,
Yeah.
ya, la, khayal. Yeah.
Yep. Good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we'll stop the broadcast now. Thank you so much for folks who watched live on Facebook. Next class we'll continue the chapter 13 again. Pretty good lecture actually. In 13 chapter, Richard Delacy covered many important things. So, and if you have any questions or anything, you please write it on the comments. Okay.